Hi golfers, Nick here from Nick Taylor Golf. It's Wednesday, so welcome to another episode of Golf Talk. This week on Golf Talk we're talking stack and tilt. You may have seen a video recently I did on stack and tilt, but this is kind of part two. We're going to go into a bit more detail. We're going to take a look at the ball flight laws. We're going to look at Mike Bennett's golf swing, the stack and tilt guru. We're going to look at a few other pro swings as well, and then we're going to finish up talking about the negativity surrounding stack and tilt. In the first video I did on stack and tilt, I talked a little bit about the ball flights, and I did say that the standard shot for stack and tilt is a push draw. When I was growing up, I was led to believe that to hit a push draw, you aim the club face at the target, aim your body to the right, and swing along the line of your body. The ball will start right and curve back towards the target. When actually, with the use of TrackMan, you actually need the club face to be open to the target to hit a draw, because basically the ball will start where the club face points, and according to TrackMan they say that 75% of starting direction with an iron is influenced by the club face. So if you're trying to hit a draw by aiming the club face at the target, you're probably going to finish way to the left. And that was sort of the traditional theory on how to shape the golf ball. And when I was researching this video, I did come across a couple of quotes, one from Butch Harmon that says to shape a ball around the tree or to hit a quick draw, you align your body to the right, you aim the club face at the target and do your normal golf swing. The ball will start right and curve round back towards the target. And also I came across a quote from Nick Faldo, he's sort of these 3 points or 3 key points to hit a draw. He said, aim your club face at the target, aim your shoulders or stance line to the right of the target, swing along your stance line and rotate the arms, which I don't necessarily agree with, and I'm sure these two guys have changed their theories since then, but we can now confirm that to hit a draw you need the club face open to the target to start the ball to the right. If we're trying to hit a draw and we start the ball straight, it's never going to finish on the target. So we're going to take a look at the stack and tilt golf swing, and I'm going to be playing Mike Bennett's swing here as I'm talking. I've been very lucky to see this at first hand on the range and on the course. So let's look at his swing and look at the key points. Why is it a stack and tilt golf swing? Well, first of all, he keeps his head in position. So if you watch in the backswing and in the follow through, his head stays pretty centered throughout. There's not much movement there at all, and that's quite key for consistency. You want to swing around a stable point of the head. If that head's moving about, it's very difficult to get any sort of control or consistency over the path of the golf swing. And trying to control the low point of the swing becomes a little bit harder as well if you're moving or swaying about. His lower body is key for stack and tilt. As he sets up, he has his lower body weight set forward, so on his left, 60-40 approximately at address. He'll maintain that lower body weight position in the backswing, so he won't be swaying away from the target with his lower body or his head. He'll keep centered with the head, his lower body weight will stay forward. His knee flex does change, and you'll see that in a second from the down the line view, but you'll notice that with his lower body on the downswing it moves progressively towards the target, but his head will stay in position. So his lower body weight will be 60-40 at address, 60-40 at the top of the backswing. By the time he comes into impact, it will be 90-10 on the left, which is what the best players do. They manage to get the lower body weight on the left. By the time they hit the golf ball, the head will stay in position. So let's look at from down the line view now, and you'll notice again from this angle how he keeps his head in position. He keeps his inclination to the ground constant throughout the swing. His path of his golf swing will move inwards in the backswing and inwards in the follow through, kind of like an arc. So his swing is kind of going around in an arc or a circle. That helps him, makes his swing repeatable. He's swinging around a stable point in the golf swing, and like I said, you can see his knee flex changing as well to help him turn and to prevent him from sort of swaying off the golf ball and losing any sort of control. So that's Mike Bennett's golf swing. Let's take a look at Justin Rose. He's a good example. I use this a lot of the time with my students. I think Justin Rose has got a lot of similarities to stack and tilt. His head position stays stable. He doesn't sway off the golf ball. You'll notice at the top of his backswing, his lower body weight is slightly, I think, on the left. So he's not swayed off. He's probably kept it pretty much like Mike's. He certainly hasn't got more weight on the back leg. He may be 50-50, but he certainly hasn't got more on the right. If anything, he's got more low body weight on the left, and then by the time he hits the golf ball, he definitely has his low body weight on the left, pretty much 90-10, and you'll see his head will stay pretty much in the same position until all the way into the follow through. Once his arms go past parallel to the ground, then his head will raise up, but his head will stay pretty stable throughout. His lower body weight will move progressively forward towards the target as he swings through. If you look at his swing from down the line now, you'll notice again his head stays in position. He maintains his inclination to the ground throughout the swing. His knee flex changes slightly, and his hand park is very similar to Mike's, who's inwards in the backswing, inwards in the follow through. Let's take a look now at Robert Rock. Again, very similar type of golf swing. The head stays in position. The lower body weight stays slightly forward in the backswing, so he doesn't sway off the golf ball. By the time he hits the golf ball, his lower body weight is on the left like the best players. His hands are slightly forward as well, and he keeps his head very stable throughout. If you look at him from down the line view, the same thing. Head in position, keeps his angle inclination to the ground, swings his hands inwards in the backswing, inwards in the follow through. So he's starting to see these similarities now between not only Mike's swing but other tour pros. Finally, let's look at Zach Johnson, and you sometimes see him on the range with his caddy sort of holding his head in position. That's one of his key moves. He's keeping his head in the same position throughout the backswing and into the follow through. Again, if you look at him from the face on view here, you can see as he swings back, definitely keeps his lower body weight forward, doesn't sway off the golf ball. And then as he swings through, you can see how much he pushes his hips through on the downswing. So he moves his lower body weight forward and keeps his head in position, again pretty much until arms are parallel to the ground in the follow through. And then if you look at him from down the line, again, you can see he keeps his head in position, keeps his inclination to the ground. The hands move inwards in the backswing and inwards in the follow through. So there's more examples I can use, but I think 3 is enough to start with. You can kind of see there, Mike has pretty much got the stack and tilt golf swing pretty much perfect, but you can see a lot of similarities in the best golfers, and they're just 3 examples that I've shown you here today. We're going to finish up talking about the negativity about stack and tilt, and a lot of people will say to me that it doesn't work, it's just a fad, none of the best players in the world do it, when I don't necessarily agree with that. A lot of the best players have similar parts of stack and tilt golf swing. They may not completely have the model swing, but they have a lot of parts of it. And another criticism I get is you can't teach someone a method, everyone's different. When I agree with that, everyone is different. Stack and tilt is a system to improve someone at golf. It's not a method that you have to teach everyone this swing. They have to swing it like this. They have to do X, Y and Z straight away to be able to hit the ball like a stack and tilt player. Basically, stack and tilt is a way of measuring the golf swing, and there's a systematic approach to improve someone's game. A lot of the key parts of stack and tilt do go against other traditional swing theories, and that's why I think it gets a lot of criticism, because other top instructors are very quick to dismiss stack and tilt, probably because it threatens their teaching, because they've taught in a certain way for so long that they probably can't backtrack and start to coach something else, because they've been telling so many people for so many years to keep the right knee flexed, shift the weight, X factor, all those types of moves which go against stack and tilt. So I think that's another reason why a lot of people tend to dismiss it, because it does go against what other coaches do, and those other coaches are very quick to dismiss it. Another criticism of stack and tilt is Mike Weir and Aaron Baddeley. A lot of players say they left stack and tilt because it didn't work, when actually if you look at the facts, I'm going to put the graphs up here. First of all, look at Mike Weir. Obviously when he worked with Andy and Mike, he was quite high in the world rankings. I think he was about 40th. He managed to maintain his position in the 2 or 3 years he was working with Andy and Mike. He managed to get into the side of the top 20, but then after leaving, stack and tilt, he actually dropped off. And a similar sort of pattern with Aaron Baddeley. He quickly got improved. He managed to win 2 or 3 times, I think, working with Andy and Mike, but then he dropped off when he left. So there's definite correlation there of when they're working with stack and tilt, they're probably playing the most consistent golf. So I don't necessarily agree with Aaron Baddeley and Mike Weir leaving stack and tilt because it didn't work. I think they played their best golf when they were working with Andy and Mike. So there's a couple of questions that always get asked to me and a lot of negativity around it, which I don't always agree with. So if you've got your own opinion on that, feel free to contact me. I will be seeing Andy Plummer in about 3 weeks' time. So if you've got any specific questions you want me to ask him, then put them in the box below, or you can catch me on other social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.